Alright guys, I'm Gizno. Welcome back to another reaction video. Today we are back with some more Kamen Rider Gaim, watching episode 20 today. Last episode, we got a failed attempt to return to Yggdrasil. I guess it's like semi-failed because Kaito was able to get into Yggdrasil, albeit he's right now being, he has Sid on one side and the doctor on the other side, so it's not exactly great for him, but he is inside. Meanwhile, we have Koda with Kurashima, who is seemingly about to show him the thing that he showed Michi a few episodes ago, the thing that made Michi basically switch sides. I hope that we stop getting teased and we actually get to see what he saw. Because I do want to know what exactly is this world and what happened here and what exactly Yggdrasil is trying to defend us from. There seems to be a lot going to happen in this episode. The title is something about like an invasion, so it looks like this is going to be a really big episode and I'm really excited to watch. So I don't want to waste any more time. Let's get on with the episode and see what we have in store. Here we go. Fine by me. Absolutely not. He's dead. I'm sure Kurashima knows. He was gonna tell him. Like, he doesn't seem like the type of guy that would be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna spare your feelings because you're young. That looks pretty cool. Come on, you gotta admit, that was pretty cool seeing them transform together. I just love the little things, man. The world ends, the invasion begins. It wasn't that long ago. Because we don't think we're weak, we think we're strong. God, there's a lot of them. I get we're in their forest, but still. Beautiful. We should work together more often. Okay, so it's not like the future or anything like that. So what Michi saw wasn't like future Sawami City. This reminds me of Vox from The Boys. Like, it's supposed to be a pharmaceutical company, but they've grown to like a superhero studio. Was it always this big? It's the tree where the dancing, the shrine. This reminds me of the tree that we also saw in the other world too, and from the special. I wonder if it's all connected, like, you know how Yggdrasil, Yggdrasil and the Mist is like connecting all of the different dimensions. I thought you didn't care about that. Let's go back to my funk ass office. Definitely feels like all that stuff about, oh yeah, the weak, the strong, it's not 100% true, because he hates Yggdrasil for a different reason. Don't think we're about to feel bad for the giant mega corporation. Like, it's the ancient civilization. Let's go. Oh my god. And they're trying to prevent this from happening to our world. Yeah, I feel so vindicated. Let's go. I've been screaming and screeching about a civilization for like since the beginning. The animals, okay. What happened to the people? Yo, I really hope this series gets more into this. Like, I want to know more about this place. Yeah. It ends up exactly. It's not supposed to be there, and then it ends up messing everything up. Okay, so yes, I understand what they're doing. They're trying to prevent our world from ending up like that. But still, there has to be a better way of doing this. It's like a living room. Or not a living room, but like a dining room. 10 years left. Oh my god. Meanwhile, freaking Zack is getting into his role as a Kamen Rider. Let's go. I was about to. What are you doing? What is this? Oh my god. What a good friend. He got the scratch. But so did Rat, and he was fine. We still don't know. Oh my god. Rat is like the vessel for the final villain. That's not. Oh my god. This isn't the Inves games. I need the people to unlock their brain cells. I'm begging them. I was thinking in my head, how did these Inves show up? But it's not them. Yeah, they're probably lying. Well, I'm so petty. I couldn't be a hero. I'll be like, well, since I'm so bad, I guess I'll just let them do whatever they want. You are in so much trouble. You know Alfonso feels real strong fighting those little gremlin things. Me, I'm just like, what's going on here? I see Michi just like playing around with one of them. What the heck? Damn. I'll be back. But the portal disappears, but the fruits stay. I guess that's, and then after that they use their flamethrowers. I remember. Yep. They're like barely holding it back. This guy has 3 lives. School, dance, super secret agent. That's crazy. He thinks he can do everything by himself, but he can't. I really hope the whole series doesn't go by and Mai has no idea what the heck is going on and she's just dancing. Like, hopefully she gets more involved, you know? She did really great with like bringing everybody together a few episodes ago. Kinda true. Remember the toilet paper. Never forget that. Oh my god, Kamen Rider talks about like the craziest things, man. And it's for kids. I love it. Well, the dancers were able to come together. Remember that. I can and it's like looking at it from the adult perspective, you know, experience, knowledge, and then after the kids' perspective, where it's like it's so freaking obvious that people should be coming together during times like this. I just love to push his buttons. Who plucks the forbidden fruit? Know that though. I mean, if everybody's gonna lock in, then maybe a little, you know, maybe this knowledge would be good. At peace. Yeah. I will say, like, the infestations, things like that, that's not on them. It's on the fruit. What is on them is using children like guinea pigs. Hello? You good? Oh. Yeah, those are evolved, so those are people. What if he tells him right now? What if he goes like, just like your friend? Jesus. I'm conflicted. That was a good one, Kirishima. Well done. You're asking him to, like, take a life. Knowingly, like... You know, I say, like, adults versus kids, but... Like... Jesus Christ. Ryoma doesn't look that much older than him. Like, everybody here is still pretty young. Damn. The people have to, you know... They gotta fight. Jesus. Oh no, they're gonna bring him to their side? But... Okay, so he's against keeping this under wraps. And they're like, yes, yes! Just like we wanted. I wonder if it's like those three, and then after that there's a gap, and then there's Kurishima. Like, I don't think, because Kurishima is all for hiding this and protecting the people and just, you know, bearing all of the responsibility on Yggdrasil. Meanwhile, it seems like these three might have some other plans that kind of align with what Kaito wants. So that's very interesting. But wow, okay, this episode was... I mean, like I said, there's a feeling of like not accomplishment, but just like satisfaction, and just finally getting to see what Michi saw and seeing that it was indeed an ancient civilization that got corrupted. I did think that ancient civilization was using the power of Helheim. And I thought that's what Yggdrasil was doing too, which Yggdrasil is kind of doing that, but I thought Helheim was I thought like this civilization was doing, like, you know, they wanted the power for themselves. But it seems to be, well, at least what we know so far is that no, this species just ended up coming to this planet and corrupting everything. And they didn't really stand a chance. They didn't have any power. And then now it's Yggdrasil that is using this organism's power against itself in order to defend against destruction. So that's okay. It's a bit sadder because it's like these guys did nothing. They just ended up having to deal with it, you know. And we got to see their buildings, which I thought were pretty creative looking. And I still wonder if the beginning of the first episode is linked to this civilization, because like it is pretty strange how their game form and their banana form and everything like that all look very similar to the Kamen Rider forms that we have. So especially since it was Professor Ryoma who made these belts seemingly. So unless he's lying about that, or it's not 100% true and like he got his ideas for the looks and everything and the powers from something else, then like I'm wondering, like, did that civilization have Kamen Rider power or not? You know, I did. There is just a lot. Like I hope, because sometimes I feel like I'm still thinking about Kamen Rider Wizard, where it's like things like the ancient mages, like the primordial mages, and things like that. Like they were hinted at and they were like kind of sprinkled onto the series, but they didn't dive that much into it. And I'm just like, man, I really wish we could have more lore from the past in this, you know, in this series. And now I'm here again where it's like, okay, there's a potential for like a lot of lore and stuff, so I hope they dive into it. But I'm scared that they're just gonna be like, okay, yeah, the ancient civilization, they came, they lost, oh well, moving on. Instead of like there being more secrets about them and how they dealt with this fruit and whether or not they did try to use this fruit for power or not. Like, I hope that they get more into it, because like I love that. When this whole time when they were hiding what was really going on and then finally revealing, like it felt great, and I hope that we get more moments like that. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know if now that Koda knows about this, if he's also gonna know about Michi, if he's gonna know about what was his name, Yuya, if he is going to like be more involved, like more knowledgeable about, like, you know, all the stuff that's been hidden from him, because now, I mean, they're on the same page, like Koda and Michi, and also Kaido, they all know the same thing now it's just like how are they gonna react to that. I think definitely Kaido is gonna know about Michi, because it seems like he's gonna be going into this, you know, not joining Yggdrasil, but like, you know, just kind of standing there awkwardly and not getting in trouble for it, you know. Like I don't think he's gonna like be like a Yggdrasil devotee, but he's going to be like, okay, I'll stick around, I'll test the water, see where it goes. And I'm sure he's gonna run into Michi there, and something tells me he won't tell Koda. He'll just be like, okay, you know. He's gonna be like, it's pretty weak of you to hide this from him, you know, instead of just going all in. That's how I feel like Kaido's gonna react. But as far as when Koda's gonna find out, I am not sure. And then after that, we had a little bit of stuff with the others, the city, the people in the city are just as stupid as always. Alfonso is taking advantage of that stupidity. What's his name? Jonuchu is also there. I guess we're never gonna get a reaction with him as far as like what happened with Hasi, at least not anytime soon. At least maybe not in public, because by now he probably should have known what happened to him, because it did happen out in public. And then the team Gaim, like right now they're just like they're the people who we want to protect. Michi's looking at them and being like, I want to protect those smiles. I do hope that they are more than that later on. Once again, I did love Mai's little storyline with bringing all the dancers together. It's kind of annoying how, like, part of the reason why she did that was so the people can, like, see, like, you know, stop hating on the beat writers, right? And it worked for a time, but then it was so easy for the citizens to just go like, maybe the beat writers aren't so good, like all over again. And it kind of like just diminishes what she worked on. Like, okay, so like what was the point? Like, these guys are finicky as hell. They're gonna end up just like hating on the beat writers again for no reason. Like, it's so stupid. He does have a good point as far as like Alfonso saying, like, because I was thinking that too. Like, okay, if the beat writers didn't summon these little gremlin things, then what did? And it's like, okay, most likely it was probably like it just jumped through the portal. But obviously the people don't know that. Alfonso can use that, you know. Okay, I get that. But at the same time, it's just like, come on, guys. Like, there were no beat writers around when these things were attacking you. And then after that, Zack came in. Like, why are you, like, there was no battle. It was just these monsters showed up and then Zack showed up. Come on. Whatever. Anyways, I thought this episode was really, really good. Some little bit of action here and there, but it was mostly like uncovering truths and stuff like that. and really understanding Yggdrasil as far as oh, we should keep this hidden, or at least understanding Kurishima when he's talking about like keeping things hidden, and you know, being pretty realistic as far as like humanity. If they found out that they were doomed, would they band together, or would they just be selfish and panicky and do the worst kind of things? And it's like, you know, we've all lived through a global pandemic. I'm pretty sure everybody watching this was conscious when that was going on. It was only like 5 years ago, and we saw people very selfish and only caring about themselves. And you look at shows like, oh, Naruto taught me that everybody would come together. It's like, no, not exactly, you know. Or maybe the situation wasn't bad enough for people to come together 5 years ago, but like, it kind of showed that, okay, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised like if somebody who watched Kamen Rider Game lived through 2020 and 2021 and 2022 and thought back to this show and was just like, turns out maybe Kurishima was originally correct. Like, I'm sure like by the end of this series everybody is going to come together, similar to like how the dancers all came together. But yeah, it's a definitely an interesting story to tell. Like I am interested to see how they're gonna take this, because I can understand what Kurishima is saying. Like, I can't 100% be like, oh, but you're in the wrong. It's like, okay, yes, you might be right there. How he went about it, you know, using the kids and everything, still wrong, but you know. But tell me what you guys thought about the episode down in the comment section down below. Tell me what you guys thought about my reaction. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Until then, bye.